Diecast Norbs is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello everyone out there, it's time for another episode of Diecast Norbs Galactic Hooligan, and I'm happy that you've actually joined me once again. So last time we actually went through Brawn, and I was actually so super fanatically excited about this guy. Now I feel like I actually should do another one. So let's take a trip, and before any Cosmotrons actually explode, let's take a look at another figure. If you're new to my channel, please help me out by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. I really appreciate it. It's a small step for you, but a huge giant leap for me, as I'm actually entering 500 subscribers now, and I really can't believe that you guys have all brought me over to this point. I appreciate each and every one of you. For those joining me again, welcome again to my trip through nerddom. I appreciate it. Let's get on with the review. And part 2 of my chagrin with Amazon. And look at this. Like, I really do want to say much better things about Amazon because I love Amazon so much. I do. And then again, like with all of this, just thrown over to my stoop with just like a light wrapping and everything. It was actually like sent to me in a bag and everything. And I don't know whose TV or whose microwave was actually like thrown on top of my figures or anything, but that thing must be great, you know, like super fantastic TV. I applaud you guys for whatever you actually got and everything, but I don't applaud Amazon for this one bit. And I actually did send them a little F- and everything. They decided that I was actually being a little bit too rowdy with my F- and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know. So like Amazon, I love you guys so much. Please stop doing this. You know, this is actually a call to action and everything, because like you can't treat your customers like that whatsoever. Surprisingly enough, my figures were actually undamaged and everything, which I'm actually surprised of. But if you guys are actually collecting the boxes and everything like that, you know, screw you guys, because your boxes are destroyed, you know. But anyway, I'm actually going to go on with this. This comes with the same background that we had from Brawn. And it's actually still as mangled as the other one was. So, like, if you're keeping boxes, if you're actually keeping inserts, you know, like, that's pretty much what it is and everything. I actually tried talking to Amazon. Customer service with Amazon is impossible. So, you can't get in touch with the live person and everything. It's all about robots now and everything, you know. Even though I love giant robots, I don't want to be serviced by anybody mechanical or anything like that. So please bring back human kindness and bring back like the humane ways that you actually dealt with customer service and everything, because this isn't it. Anyway, we're gonna go into the review. Super disappointed with my box, but I am not disappointed with what came in it. It is Wheeljack, and I really love this guy. He is just really fantastic. Word to the wise, I actually do hear some people actually talking door clips and on Wheeljack were actually one of those things that you actually have to look for as far as them being destroyed and everything like that. I haven't had any issues. My doors actually came off while transforming him a couple of times. It took me a couple of times to actually really get used to the figure. So really just be careful when handling him. Otherwise, he's awesome. Just real quick, he actually does come with his instruction booklet right over here. It's actually really well done in grayscale and red. So if you actually want to take a look at it real quick, there you go. And there we are. Now you know how to fly helicopters and transform Wheeljack. And he is really, really, really cool. I love this so much. Like, everything about this, I kind of wish that they actually kind of like fixed the back a little bit more and everything, so we could actually have like more of a cohesive piece. But everything down here is actually really nice. You hardly notice that there's like, this is actually supposed to be a transforming robot. And I don't know, anybody out there can help me out here. I don't know if this is actually supposed to go in a little bit more. It looks like it's actually supposed to be like just like a intake or something like that, you know what I mean? But like, there are clips that are actually down there. I haven't been able to put mine in, but aside from that, he is actually really, really awesome. When I first saw him, I really thought he was actually going to be kind of like the answer to having an overdrive kind of having an overdrive and everything, because I'm sorry, not overdrive, override, you know, female Autobot override, who is actually from Velocitron. And I know we're actually supposed to be getting a Velocitron collection in Legacy, but I think that this would have actually been just a great take on her and everything. But when in robot mode, I kind of feel as though this actually becomes a little stubby, and I'll actually show you in a minute. But he is just really cool. I love like all the detailing going on in here and everything. He just looks like a winner altogether and everything. He looks like he's actually just like smooth, fast. He's actually just like very, very nice. I really love this. The weapon actually goes on right over here, and you actually have like a little clip of like a little peg that actually goes right into this slot right over here. And they didn't break it up by like by making another shape or anything like that, but it's actually great that you can actually put those over here, and it just clips right in. There we go. And once you actually get that in there, it's actually fixed and it's not going anywhere. So if you're looking for storage in robot mode and auto mode, actually, that is actually great. He actually rolls really well and everything, you know, which is what I'm actually seeing a lot of in the Studio series, even though he actually does have like a lower profile and everything. But even with the low profile and everything like that, he actually does roll like a dream. And I really don't get into this whole thing with rolling or anything like that as much, but I love the fact that this guy actually does what he's actually supposed to. It doesn't look like it's actually pinned in or anything like that, but the way they actually handled the wheels was spectacular. Quick comparison with Wheeljack. I'm going to give you Wheeljack and his wavemate Brawn, and they look really fantastic together. There is such a great cohesion between them two and everything, and they look like they actually belong to the same planet, you know? I love that so much. Even though I kind of feel as though Wheeljack's wheels are a little bit bigger as compared to Brawn's over here, I do kind of like think that this guy should have actually been like a little bit bigger and everything. But like, you know, I don't know exactly what the size class of this particular vehicle is actually supposed to be. If it's actually supposed to be like a mini truck or something, or like some kind of like a mini drilling machine. But it looks like they actually kind of like fit the same kind of like size class when it comes down to the humans riding them and everything like that, or if there are supposed to be humans riding them, which is actually really nice between these two. So like, it can actually get a pass. Also, I'd like to compare Wheeljack over here between Wheeljack and Wheeljack over here from Earthrise or Siege, whichever one you actually want to say. I am actually saying Siege only because I actually got him before the Earthrise Wheeljack, and he's always been really, really amazing. I actually got my assortment of upgrades over here from Non-F, so it's actually very, very cool. But like, between the both of them, of course, you know, this is actually going to be a much larger figure and everything compared to this one. And there's their downsizing of Deluxe there and everything. He's a good figure, don't get me wrong. Like, I really love the Studio Series line over here. I think this is actually a very, very cool figure. But at the same time, with the downsizing of figures and everything like that, you know, like, it kind of like leaves you a little bit more lacking and everything like that. And I kind of wish that they were able to translate this into this with the sizing and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think like the sizing would have actually been excellent. But that being said, that's pretty much what it is. And you know what? It's still a nice toy. It's a nice figure. So now I'm actually going to give you a transformation from his concept car mode into his robot mode. And again, if you're actually looking for like the size and everything like that, you're not really going to get it. If you're looking for coolness factor, you're definitely getting in this guy. And I'm actually going to show you exactly how cool this guy is. Transformation from his car mode into robot mode is actually really cool, and I love everything that's actually going here. First off, let's just bring his arms out. His arms are actually right back here, and they are actually being put on by a couple of pegs that are actually like that are fixated right in the middle here. We'll actually open this up right over here, and that's actually really nice all together already. We're gonna put in the front of this windscreen right here. We're going to move this. Now these are the doors that are actually giving a lot of people like a lot of contention here and everything. I kind of feel like once you actually open up the arms here and everything, so we're actually gonna bring the arms up and around. And that's up and around, and this is where you actually start seeing him form. Oh, and by the way, before we do that, let's get this out of the way. This is where his head is actually located, so that's really nice. Once you actually do that, you should actually have a little bit more leeway. I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm sorry, everybody. So what you want to do, I always thought that my wheeljack was actually going to hell, but like, there you go. You actually want to bring it the opposite way here and everything, and there we go. Now we can actually bring this up. We can loosen up the legs right around here, and then this is where the magic all happens, and it's really brilliant. We want to bring these wheels all the way up. Now it is actually on a C-clip right over here, so you just want to bring this all the way back here. Try not to break it. It's actually really easy for it to like actually flip off of this little peg here and everything, as you can actually see. So let's just bring his feet down. Then you just want to see, it already came off of there already, and a lot of people were actually having problems with this. I heard someone actually say that, Martin actually said that this actually broke right over here on like one of his friends' figures and everything. So sorry, everybody, just be really careful of that. You know, that's actually kind of like one of those type of things that you just have to kind of like wait with bated breath and everything like that on, you know? So just pull this out right over here and just put this whole entire shin guard right down here. Then you actually want to move this door all the way down. Now I think that for some reason mine actually works the opposite end, where I actually have to spin it this way, and try to see if you could actually get this door inward a little bit. There you go. Now it'll actually go one click in. So like once you actually push it in a little bit, you should actually have more than enough leeway for this to actually come like right down here. Then you actually have a clip right over here, and then you just have to push in the knee, and you should actually have it. Then it actually all clips in right over here. There we are, and yeah, there you go, and you should actually have it. And I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Yep, there it is. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You want to move the door, move it up one click, bring it this way, then put the foot down, rotate this all the way around this way, and dislodge this knee right over here, and then bring the shin all the way down here, and then push it back in, and then snap it, and then snap it again. And there you go, you have a foot. And then rotate right by the waist. We want to bring this all the way down here, and this piece that was actually hidden inside the car itself and everything actually becomes his Autobot symbol. Then the only thing we want to do now is just bring this down. Make sure you go down a couple of clicks, bring this right all the way in here, and then clip this on the inside here. and over here. Bring this all in, and the last but not least, his wings are actually right on his arms. And once you flip the wings up, there are a couple of pegs right over here. You also want to take care of a couple of pegs right over here. Now that will actually just go right into the windows themselves. And just give me a second, because sometimes that actually kind of throws me for a little bit of a loop, but I think I got it. There we go. And once we actually have that, we have Wheeljack in robot mode. There we go. Wheeljack is actually very, very awesome. I really love the look at this guy. Let me just bring down my lights for a second. I keep on forgetting that I'm actually not like burning your retinas or anything like that here. But let's look at that face for a second, because like that is just a really, really good Wheeljack look here. You know, it's actually, I want to say it's actually like a cross between what we actually saw in Bayverse and what we actually saw in, what we actually see in G1 and everything, you know? It's a very nice head sculpt, and I really love all the detailing and panel lines that are actually going here, especially in the back and everything like that. That's actually really nice also. Let me just clear up the camera a little bit more. There you go. So you can actually see all that great detail and everything. And this is actually really cool. The only thing I really do wish about, the only thing I really want for this is that I really wish that the head could actually look up and everything, you know, because like for some reason, these Studio Series Bumblebee movies aren't really having a whole lot in the way of movement and everything like that on the necks and everything. Spoiler alert, except for Ratchet, because Ratchet's just amazing, and I can't wait to show that guy off to you. But like this guy is actually really cool. He's really no slouch. The one thing I don't like about this is the little stem right over here that actually becomes his neck. And it doesn't look like there's a way to like actually shove it down a little bit more and everything. Like I don't really think that I want a necklace Wheeljack or anything like that, but I just don't like the fact that this peg here is actually all that it is that actually makes up his neck. I kind of really want to like actually see a lot more in the way of styling here and everything when it actually comes down to that, because when you actually have something like this where heavy styling is actually kind of like the thing for this kind of robot mode and everything, you would actually tend to think that it actually transfers all around, which it pretty much does, except for the one eyesore. He is really, really nice. I like the panels that are actually going on to his feet here. His arms are just gorgeous, you know, and like, look at this. Like, everything here is just like really amazing. Now, I kind of think that this mold would actually really go great with, say, like, would say an Override or something, you know, because I think she would have actually been like really great for this. But this also kind of like makes me feel as though this is actually more suited for like a male bot than anything else, you know, because especially with like how like stubby and like stout he actually is. But I really do think that this is actually just like a really great mold. His weaponry is actually just this, his gun, which he doesn't have like as ample weaponry as say Braun actually did, but it's actually very cool. And it's actually really hard to like get this in here and everything, but once you actually do, it's a solid grip. He isn't letting it go for anything whatsoever, and that's actually really nice. He can actually point and shoot. He actually has like storage right on the back. And one thing that I actually do think that's actually really great about this Studio Series selection is that there are places right over here where you can actually store it right on his back and everything if you don't want them holding their weapons or anything. And that's actually really awesome, and I love that so much. The articulation is as follows. He actually has a rotation on the neck right over here. It goes back and forth, and it goes 360 all the way around. He actually has a 360 right over here due to a ball joint that's actually right in the shoulder, uninhibited. He actually has bicep rotation right over there, so that's nice. He actually has a double, a double hinge elbow right over here, so that's actually nice. Nothing on the hands. He actually has waist rotation. He can actually go out just this far, so no kung fu for this guy whatsoever or anything like that, so that's actually kind of a shame. But he actually goes all the way out right over here, so that's nice. He can go all the way back right over here, so that's actually really nice also. Not necessarily a donkey kick, but it's actually pretty much there. He actually has like a thigh rotation due to the upper thigh right over here, so that's actually really nice. He can go about 90 degrees right over here, and he doesn't come with any ankle tilt or anything like that, but he can do dorsiflexion and everything, so that's actually really nice. So all in all, he is a pretty good wheeljack. He still packs a lot into this small little figure. For size comparisons, I'm going to do wheeljack and wheeljack, and you can already see like exactly how small these guys actually are. And one Studio Series comparison over here, we have Braun and Jack, and they are looking great. I love these guys so much. And again, I'm actually really surprised that they actually survived and everything to tell the tales of their woe and warfare and everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, these guys are actually really great and just a great addition to anybody's collection altogether. If you love G1 figures, you'll love these guys. If you love Bayfirst version of these guys, you will love these guys. And yeah, these guys, like Wheeljack is actually really, really cool. I really love this. You already know how much I love Braun, but Wheeljack, really no slouch. And the picture just keeps on getting more and more into focus here. And I really love this guy so much. Like, I don't think you're actually going to have like a bad vibe with this guy whatsoever. Just make sure you watch out for a couple of things on him, but that'll actually come in my final thoughts, which will actually come up right now. So, what did we learn about Wheeljack? He is awesome. I really love this guy. I highly recommend him altogether. He is just a great figure, and something that was actually amazing about the B movie is the fact that they actually gave us all these amazing designs and everything, and like I really can't help but think that they're actually just like concept car designs and everything that have actually been like kind of like long awaited for, and like things that we haven't seen on the streets or anything like that. So when you actually have these figures, it's really nice to see everything that could actually be done with them. I love them a lot. If you do decide to get Wheeljack, I think he'll actually make a great part of your collection and a good part of your balanced breakfast. Wait, is that right? Anyway, I appreciate you guys once again for joining me once again for my trip to nerddom. I really appreciate each and every one of you joining me. As always, be kind to each other, because kindness is actually what should make the world go around, and I want you to pass that around to each and every person out there, including yourselves. Also, always remember, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I'll definitely talk to you guys soon.